Hi everyone, it's your boy Ricky here with Bromero Cards for Honeybee Stamps. I hope you're having a phantasmerific day. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a shaker card using some products from the latest release from Honeybee Stamps. And I'm super excited to show that to you. But before we do that, just a few things. Subscribe to this channel, please. Click the notification bell so that you know a new video has come out. Third, leave some comments down below. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about cards, crafting, all that great stuff. Lastly, share the love. If you know someone that may like this video, send it out to them. So let's go ahead and get started and looking at what we're going to be using to make our card today. I'm super excited. It's going to be a shaker card. The last video I made, I wanted to make a shaker card, but it was kind of too late. So we're going to do that today. So let's look down to see what we're going to be using today. All right, we're going to be using the Lovely Layers Lovely Layouts Posted die set. We are going to be using the Vintage Flora red rubber stamp. We're going to be using Blooming View along with the coordinating dies. Then we're going to be using some black cardstock, white cardstock. We're going to be using some sequins, some shaker stuff, some foam tape, like all kinds of other different things that I just don't have on the desk right now. But let me go ahead and get the desk cleared up and we'll go ahead and get started with the first part of the project. All right, so the first thing we're going to do here is we are going to do some heat embossing, and we're going to do this, stamp this out in the MISTI first. So we'll go ahead and get this placed into the MISTI, and I want to just put some temporary adhesive on the back of this cardstock, just so that it sticks to the back of the MISTI. There we go. All right, and then we're going to take the red rubber stamp that we have here, and we're going to place that down right there. Perfect. All right, so we'll go ahead and pick this up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my anti-static tool and we're just going to put a bunch of this all over the cardstock because we want to make sure that the embossing powder doesn't stick to the cardstock when we're doing this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this stamped out by using some of the clear embossing and ink here. And we're just going to get this all nice and covered up over on this side. And we have this in the MISTI, so we can stamp it a couple times if we need to. Looks like we missed some right there. It looks pretty good, but let's just stamp it one more time just in case. Nothing wrong with doing a repeat. Alrighty, so we have that stamped out. Wait. There we go. Oh, one more area I see. That looks good. So we'll take this out, and then we are going to put some embossing powder on this. We are going to use white embossing powder. And we're just going to pour this on. All right, that looks great. So what we'll do is I'll heat emboss this off camera and I'll be right back to show you what this looks like. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is do some die cutting, and I'm actually going to die cut this image out with this um, this postage stamp die. I'm just going to place that on there. I'm going to tape this up and run it through the die cutting machine, and I'll be right back and we could start the next step in the process. Okay, now that we have that cut out, now we're going to do our next part. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the center out of this with this die. And then also what I'm going to do is cut out a piece of acetate with this die. And when we come back, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with these two pieces. Okay, so I went ahead and cut these out. Here we have the piece. I cut the window out. And then I also have a piece of acetate here. I just put it on a piece of paper so that you can see that. So the first thing we're going to do is create our window. And basically this acetate piece is going to be glued down here like this, and it's going to create our barrier so nothing comes out of the shaker card. So what we'll do is we're just going to place, you guys, I still haven't replaced this glue yet. We're just going to place some glue around here. Then we're just going to paste some light dots here because we just want to make sure that the acetate just sticks to the paper. And we'll have to put something heavy on that so that it does actually stay onto the paper, which won't be an issue. We could just put a book or something on it. All right. Then we're just going to place this down here like that. Okay. And then we'll just place this on here, we'll place that on there, and we're going to let that sit until that dries. And I'll be right back for the next step. Okay, so now that this is nice and dry, we are going to build up our layer here so that we can do our shaker card. And basically, I'm just going to take some of this double thick foam tape here. And we're just going to place some along the sides. And also just a tip for you guys, because I had to do this. If you get glue or adhesive on your window, all you have to do is take a little bit of alcohol on a towel and rub that onto the acetate, and it'll take care of that for you. It'll take that off. I got a little bit on there and I just want to take it off, and you could just do that with some alcohol. All right, so basically right now what we're doing is we're just building our frame around the shaker window portion because we don't want any of our shaker bits to fall out here. And so we have that looks pretty good. It looks pretty tall. I think that's going to be okay for the shaker bits here. We might just want to put, just so that it can hold up the middle, we're just going to cut a thin strip of this and just put it in like that center area, just so that we know that the middle of the card will be held up as well. There we go. There we go. And so, all right, we have that. And now we can go ahead and start building our shaker pieces. I believe how we're going to do this is I'm just going to fill this up with some shaker stuff, and then we'll turn this about around and flip it that way. So I do have some shaker pieces here, some thingamabobs, and we're going to see what we're going to do here. I think we should probably put some green in here. Let's see what we have. That looks cool. I like these jewels. So we'll put some of these in here. Perfect. And then maybe put some of these light green ones in here. And we'll have to rearrange these here in a few minutes. Once we get everything that we want out on the card. So we'll just have to do some rearranging. And then I think I want to do some, let's see, let's move this. I think I want to do some reds. And you'll see what my idea is here in a little bit of what I'm thinking, and I'm hoping it works out, because if not, it's going to be rather embarrassing. Let's see here. Let's put some of these in here. And then maybe some of these guys. And oops. And maybe some of these red ones in here too. Alrighty. All right, so this is going to be parts of our shakers, and because we have this division here, we kind of want to just make sure that there's no like shaker bits in the way of that. So we're just going to kind of like separate them to make sure there's nothing in the center while we're putting the card down. And we kind of just want to flatten these down. And we'll test it out just by placing, okay. I think that looks good. So what we'll do is we're going to take off the backing, and then I'm just going to move this closer to me, and you may see my head because I want to make sure I get this on straight. Okay, I think that looks good. So there we have our shaker pieces. That looks pretty cool. I like that. All right, so now what we're going to do is going to do the final stuff here. And my idea is to take one of these roses here. Alrighty. And instead of like doing the coloring of the rose, I thought the shaker pieces were in colors of the rose and the leaves. So I thought that would be kind of cool to have in there. And then what we could do is just cut this rose out and leave it as a black and white flower. So let's get this onto the Misty. Okay. We'll rub that down because it hasn't been used before. And we're going to use our Be Creative ink here. Okay, we have that. And then I think, let me think about this sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and get this die cut out with the matching die cut, and then we'll come back and think about the sentiment. Okay, everyone, we're coming to the end of the card, and what I decided to do is go with the sentiment with love and hugs, and then with a love and hug, and then also just to use this piece here that we already stamped out and we die cut that out. I did put some super thin foam tape from Honeybee Stamps on this. And we're going to finish up this card, and I'm looking at it, and you guys, I think it might be a little too busy. You know, sometimes there are hits and misses when we make cards, and that's okay. But I also think it looks a little Christmassy. So, you know, am I completely happy with this card? No. Is it the worst card in the world? No. But we all don't have perfect cards, you guys. Like, even as designers, we have cards that we probably aren't really happy with sometimes. And that's okay because that's how we learn. We experiment, we figure out what's going on, what do we like, what we don't like, and then learn from that. So, this is this week's card. It's busy. I did not plan this out before I made the video, but that's okay. It's also, um, it basically what I want to say is not every card that we make is fantastic or terrific. For example, I did not pre-make this card before I did this video. So now that I go back and look at this, it's very busy. And I'm not for sure I like that. But it's a card. Someone's going to love it. And it doesn't matter. It's the thought that counts. So let's take a look down at it again one more time. So we got some shaker bits in there. It does look a little Christmassy also. I'm not for sure I'm feeling that. I'm really not for sure what I would change here. I would probably reverse this to do black ink on white paper maybe and not do the heat embossing. I'm not for sure exactly what I would redo to do this card, but if you have any suggestions, leave those down in the comments. I would love to see how you would change this card or what you would have done differently. So please be sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure you click that notification bell so that you know a new video is out. Leave me down some comments down below. Let me know about what you think about this card. Do you think it's busy? What would you change? Do you love it? Let me know. And then secondly, share the love. If you think someone would like this video, go ahead and send that out to them. So until next time, I hope you guys have a great day and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.